Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Am I the Asshole? If you like hearing Reddit stories, it would really support the channel if you give us a like or subscribe. Now let's get straight into our first story. Am I the asshole for reminding my dad he didn't pay child support? Growing up, I never really knew my dad. He was in and out of the picture. In later years, him and my mom would argue over his jail time for not paying child support. My mom died, and I live in her house with my girlfriend and her child. In my adult life, my relationship has been the same with my dad. He reached out after my mom's death, but he never really made the effort, and it always felt that if he tried to have a relationship with me, it was always for a new girlfriend or wife benefit, not mine. My dad recently had a bed wreck, and his apartment only had stairs. Him and his new wife acted like they will move into my home since it's an old-school ranch house, all one floor. I told him no. He asked me why I didn't trust him, and he would pay rent. I told him, why would I trust him to pay rent when he never paid my mom child support for years? His wife told me that was a rude thing to say. I told maybe they should ask one of her kids, she has 5, or one of my dad's 3 other kids, because of one of 9. I'm not stepping up to help because my dad has never helped me. They accused me of dragging up their past, and I told them their attitude is not going to mesh with mine long term. I was asked to leave the hospital because I was upsetting them while my dad was still there. Not the asshole at all. He didn't pay child support, he didn't take care of you as a child, nor did he try and cultivate a relationship with you once you were an adult. But now he needs something, so obviously you should bend over backwards to accommodate him and his new wife. F that, tell him he's got 8 other kids he can live with. Not the asshole. He'll move in, and he'll find all kind of reasons not to pay rent. It will blow up, and you will be the bad guy for tossing your disabled parent out. Just tell him and his wife no, and get the ungrateful child out of the way before you have to suffer, and then do the same thing anyway. Not the asshole. Stop bringing up the past. Well, I am your past, and you've never been present, so why would you be in my future? Am I the asshole for telling my aunt who actually watched her dog and taking the payment for it? Am I the asshole? I'm Matilda, 25, and I live with my partner Gregory, 29. We don't have a dog, but we both love them. My sister, Sophia, 39, agreed to watch our Aunt Kathy's 2 dogs, Wilbur, a husky mix, and Alfred, a Great Dane, for 4 months, while Kathy and her husband were abroad. Kathy offered $6,000 for the job. My sister is in debt and needed the money, but didn't consult her husband before accepting the offer. Sophia quickly realized that the dogs wouldn't fit in her townhouse and begged me to let them stay in our backyard overnight while she figured things out. Once the dogs were here, she left and told me I was now watching them for 4 months. She promised to give me part of the payment. I tried calling her, but she didn't answer. Her husband told me he refused to have the dogs in their house for that long. I reached out to other family members, but they all refused. So Gregory and I decided to take on the responsibility, even though we had to cancel our Christmas plans. On the 2nd day of Kathy's trip, I called her to explain the situation. I told her we were taking care of the dogs, but needed money for food and supplies, as Alfred eats a lot. Kathy was horrified and said Sophia had already been paid $6,000 plus $1,000 for food. She immediately called Sophia, screamed at her, and demanded she return all the money. Kathy then sent me $8,000 to compensate us for taking care of the dogs. Sophia called me in tears, saying they had used the money to pay bills and had to take $7,000 out of their savings. I told her I wasn't going to feel guilty because she lied and left me to handle the dogs for 4 months without considering my own plans. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. Lamau. So Sophia didn't do the job she took on, tried to get paid for it, and then complained when she got found out and needed to give back the money. A shame. What she does with her finances aren't your responsibility. So it's fine if you don't feel bad, Tia. It's not your fault she was in debt, I assume. I just grew up with her, being kind of the golden child, so it's really hard when there's conflict to feel like I'm allowed to be pissed off, if that makes sense. And to top it off, She didn't even give you part of the payment like she promised. She spent it all. Definitely not the asshole. This part really tripped me up. OP is supposed to do all of the work but only get part of the money? What the fuck is Sophia doing for her part? All she did was deliver the dogs to OP's house under false pretenses. Also, she's in debt but has $7,000 in savings? TF is going on here? Your sister was going to keep all the money for the job that she pawned off on you, and you are wondering if you are the AH for not letting her screw you? Yeah, not so much screwing her out of the money, because I did deserve to get paid. It's more how I handled it. My older sister is the favorite in the family, so I have a lot of guilt about confronting her about things at times. Well, that's another episode of Am I the Asshole in the books. I really appreciate all of you who made it this far into the video. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, it would really help the channel out a lot if you gave the video a thumbs up, subscribe, or leave a comment down below. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.